Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I'll be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome back to the 18th part of our Identity Crisis campaign. Last time we played as Pacifico Norte and invaded almost all of Alaska, saving just this one little province here. And we invaded a little bit of Western Canada here. And we went on to play as British Louisiana, where in the middle of that, Transoxiana went revolutionary and gave us the aspiration for liberty. Well, we also managed to ally the majority of the other British colonies. We're missing just about 2 or 3, but once the 13 colonies are on board, I think the AI will probably declare their independence war because they will probably be able to beat Britain at that point, I think. If you've been following along with the series so far and you haven't subscribed yet, then I recommend going ahead and doing that to make sure you still get notified of the last few episodes that remain. And of course, if you'd like to, then leaving a like on this video would be a massive help. With that out of the way, let's see which nation we get next. And we get Ueski. Alright, here we are back in Japan. Unfortunately, playing is like the weakest tag in Japan right now. Doesn't seem like it's going to be easy, but we might be able to, build up and declare war for the Emperor, which I didn't really know was a thing. But apparently it is, so I'm gonna use that CB. We make very little income though, so we're gonna be relying a lot on our loans. Yeah, our whole situation here kind of sucks in general. We're also hugely behind in our admin tech here, like a ridiculous amount behind, so of course we're gonna be focusing hardcore on our admin there. Obviously, let's start off by getting right into things here. We're going to be taking care of these noble rebels. Oh, here's the problem. We're super behind in every single tech because we have no institutions. Japan has managed to stay behind the entire world. And I mean the entire world in the Enlightenment. It's not like we're really industrializing either, which is also an issue. I didn't expect this. It's a good thing we have a lot of points because we're going to have to spend them. Okay, obviously we're going to have to modernize ourselves a little bit first. Okay, that's a good start. At least we're going to have the Enlightenment. But to embrace it will be very, very expensive. It's not going to spread very quick either, so I may as well just do this really quickly. So let's start off by taking a couple of loans here. We'll embrace that. As for industrialization, it's moving pretty quick, but not quick enough for me. So again, we're just going to drop a couple of points in that to make it much faster. We'll take a couple of loans to embrace that as well. So now at least we're caught up. That's a good start. What I need now is to focus on our military pretty heavily, so we're going to grab morale of armies. We're going to start expanding the military as much as possible. I'm actually going to put myself in debt to the burghers once again, so I can build up the military at least a little bit. I'm actually going to go ahead, rival, and insult this guy over here as well. Pretty big gamble I'm going with. I'm going to try and ally Korea here. He's not going to fight very well, but I kind of just need his men more than anything else. So if we can get Korea on our side, then that would be amazing. Okay, there are going to be a lot of loans taken in this war, unfortunately, but that's just sort of how it's going to be. Now, on the bright side, we're going to be fighting with the same tactics. That's really what matters the most here, is that we, fight on somewhat even ground. I think it's within our interest to go ahead and declare this war. Now, Korea is still the Empire of China, so unfortunately they're going to be fighting basically half as well. On the bright side, they have more than double the men, so that works out, I think. Donghai wants me to help them out? No, I don't think I will, actually. Just gonna clear out these guys real quick, move back over there. 4 goals have been taken. Unfortunately, it's by Korea, so, maybe not great. But the main goal will be taking as much dev elsewhere, because I don't really care about taking Tokyo. It's not like the Shogunate's really an active mechanic anymore, so I'll take just about everything else I can get my hands on. Alright, let's go with a little bit of improved force march might be a good idea. Of course, I'm going to be conspiring against everyone else on the island for these next few years, but I might not be able to cross into Ainu, unfortunately. Okay, or maybe I can. Maybe it actually is just that easy. Okay, well, we're going to get rid of this stack. And we have a new heir, who's pretty good, or we can get an even better heir. I kind of like this one a little bit better. Let's use this to get rid of his alliance and give me a little bit of money. And then we'll group up back home. I'll take this next military tech, and we'll take about this much land. Well, actually, I might keep one little bit so I can take more money, because we are in a pretty significant amount of debt. Okay, not a bad start. Now we can get some better infantry as well. Let me just repay off a couple of the smaller loans here, especially the ones that have high interest rates. I'll try to save us as much money as we can. I'll claim this. And I'll claim this land over here as well. Okay, these cores will be done in about a year. What I do next really sort of depends on how this war finishes off here. If Hosokawa takes land, the problem is that, well, half the island is going to be against me. Hosokawa being a tributary of Korea. So it will be really hard for me to declare on Korea, even if they're, you know, relatively weakened. I am going to break my lines with Donghai though, because they're just a tributary of Date. If I declare on them, then I can go to war again with Date, and then I can, you know, maybe take more land. So I'll go ahead and claim that. And from Korea, I'll claim this, and I'll claim this city. We are still significantly behind in our admin. I feel like we're going to need to have more influence on the island first though. So, I'll sacrifice a little bit for the sake of coring. I'll also take this monthly admin because it matters that much. Our maximum absolutism isn't going to be as important as just catching back up in technology and stuff like that. There we go, and there are our cores. I'm going to go ahead and state all this land as well. Okay, it looks like Hosokawa didn't get anywhere, which is good actually. So all I'll do is I'll declare later for a little bit of nationalism. Okay, so we have a really big problem here, and that's called 27,000 separatists. I would consider that a little bit of a, you know, a bit of an issue. So again, we'll have to take out some loans, but unfortunately this time we don't happen to have enough manpower. So I'm gonna have to hire like some mercenary band somewhere, although they're all extremely expensive for whatever reason. Before I do any of that though, of course I'm gonna slacken. Okay, how about we go ahead and take out another loan. And I get to have more men in the field. Okay, easy. Either he'll go here to the woods, or he'll go here to the hills, or he'll go here to the hills. Those are the three options he has, and either one works out in our favor. There we go. He walked onto us, so we can get rid of him. And I can even reduce the army size once again. And turn the army maintenance down. So that this way, if I pay off 2 loans for each loan that I take, then I'm, in a way, sort of halving my inflation gain. Alright, now we can get a little bit more discipline as well, with the Bushido Code. And in 1783, which will cut it a little close, we'll be able to declare on Donghai here. Other than that, I mean, it doesn't look like we're gonna be able to do much. I might decrease the autonomy in these areas, though, to get us some more money. Also, kind of weird how I can declare for nationalism with, like, say, this nation, but I can't declare for nationalism with Date. That's kind of weird, isn't it? And we can take the next Diplotech, and the next Miltech, and I'm gonna deal with a couple of separatists once again. Alright, next month. There we go. Wait, 27? That's at 17. Well, that number lied to me. Don't know if I'll even have enough for this. I'll take out 1 loan and I'll hire the free company. It's very small, but that's fine, because that's all we need. And we can just get rid of this unit, and consolidate these guys. Okay, this truce comes up in about a year or so. He also still only has 1 ship, so we'll be able to cross the channel, which is great. Okay, we'll be able to declare war soon. Oh, or not. See, I really wanted to do this. I really did. Now we have this guy in the way, and we were so close to making this easy. Given 1 year left, I don't think I'd be able to win in 1 year. I don't think the AI would win once I leave. So we're just gonna sort of stay neutral in this whole thing, then never mind. I will get rid of those revolutionaries though. So this is interesting. On the right side it says 12k revolutionaries. You click on it, and it says 27k rebels. Something here doesn't seem quite right. Anyway, I don't think we'll have enough time to have them spawn, so hopefully the AI keeps this army so that they can get rid of those revolutionaries. Although, I kind of doubt that. But there we go, that's all the time we have left on Uesugi here. In about 2 or so months, he'll be able to take the next admin tech, so, you know, he'll be able to fix a little bit of his unbalanced research at least. Yeah, this was sort of a difficult scenario. I mean, he needs to invade someone to get stronger, so that he can hire more advisors for more points, but also he needs the admin to catch back up in tech, and the whole problem with the institution has finally been solved, but it also, you know, gave that advantage to his enemies. Well, obviously at some point the Enlightenment was gonna cross over because Korea was going ahead with it, so in fact if they embraced first, that would have been a bigger problem, I think. But anyway, we're caught up in the institutions, we invaded a pretty decent size of land here, and the economy started in 1774. I assume that's gotta be like this stuff here. We went from making like 5 ducats a month to 20, so yeah, I'll take it. We do have a little bit of debt for that, but I'm just gonna consider that not my problem for now. Alright, next nation, and we get Siena. Okay, well, how's Siena doing today? pretty terribly in OPM in Italy, surrounded by people who are much stronger than he is. Wow, isn't this gonna be fun? You know what? Yeah, after careful deliberation and looking at all the possible opportunities, I have determined that I would just sit here for 10 years doing absolutely nothing except for deving. Like, there's literally nothing else that I can do here. Nowhere to expand, because everyone around me has allies which are definitely too strong, and all of my building slots are filled. Like, I can't even build buildings. I could dev, and that would be it. So yeah, I sort of wasted 6 days thinking about this, but no, we're just gonna move on to someone else. Alright, let's move on to Bavaria. You know what? I can get behind that. Now, Bavaria here has been a very interesting scenario. Every now and then Regensburg just comes and, kills us, and then we go and take the land back, so I'm not even really sure what's supposed to happen at this point. I'm thinking we're most likely going to be capturing Regensburg here, and reforming the army and such. Our legitimacy also kind of sucks, and yes, I do want to finish quantity, that's a great idea. If I want any good allies though, I'm unfortunately going to have to swap back to Catholic, because the Council of Trent decided to give me -80 opinion with literally everybody. So if I want to ally like Poland or something, or anyone to keep myself alive, I'm going to be swapping back. So let's start with that. Okay, luckily for us, our truce with Regensburg is actually coming up soon. On the downside, they're rocking a level 9 fort, and I don't have nearly enough artillery to deal with that right now. We are making some good money, we're making some decent manpower though, so that's all good stuff. Okay, more conversions, we'll get some more discipline. Damn dude, our Duke is literally garbage. Like, absolutely terrible. A 200? We're gonna have to fix that. Let me just, yeah, that'll be a lot more helpful. Okay, let's build up a whole bunch of mortars here. Preferably at least 16, but I might go up to 20. I'll slacken for 10,000 more manpower. I'll build up 2 more mortars. And a little bit more front row. Oh, come on. This is a curse. There's no way. We got an heir that's just as bad as our last king. There's no way that's possible. How? You know what? There we go. I think I'm also going to unally Brandenburg here. Ooh, I could just, ally the Emperor as well. That's cool. Okay, well, no time like the present. Should be a nice and clean victory. Very nice. And then I'll stack wipe it. The problem I'm seeing here is this massive fort. Oh my god. And they have some pretty good defensiveness too, which isn't helping. And the worst part is, we actually do need to hold like this many men on it, so the attrition's not going to help either. I'm not exactly sure what to do afterwards. I think the interconnected, web of alliances in Europe has become too strong for a minor nation to really get too far anymore. I think too much has happened, so it's hard to, progress at this point. I suppose the best I could do is maybe slam down some quick dev, keep going with tech and stuff. There's very limited time for a nation to progress at this point as well, so they will not accept annexation yet. Okay, well, we're just gonna sick Austria on them then. Oh, Memmingen will also leave, there we go. Then Mainz will just, straight up leave, so that's fine. And then of course we can take our prize. Okay, well that leaves us with someone that we need to rival again. Actually, I might rival Bohemia. I know I allied them, but also rivaling them would probably give me better opportunities. For instance, I can go ahead and ally Poland. Alright, well we make a decent amount each month. There's not really any buildings we can build except for a couple of universities at this point. Might be worth checking out a spy network against these guys. I definitely do want to focus on mill here so that I can finish up quantity. Might just improve their level as well. And of course we'll go ahead and Royal Mary Poland there. Okay, let's ally Switzerland. Now this is a bit of a headache. Expanding won't be easy. Of course, yeah, I could just start World War I here, declare on Bohemia, and that brings in a lot of people. But it's pretty obvious that our side would lose in pretty much any circumstance. What I like to see here is the Ottomans getting their butts kicked. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not sure if there's much else we can really get done here. All I can do at this point is, maybe build a fort or something in a couple of places. Not much else. Oh, well at least the emperorship has actually changed. Grab this Diplotech. I'll grab a little bit of admin. Well, if nothing else, I suppose I can improve a couple of our policies. I can take this one. I can repeal this one. I can take an improved trade and production efficiency while getting rid of that. Alright, well that's a little bit more money, but it's not really much. Oh, well it looks like we might have already kicked off World War I. Huh, okay. Well, at least we'll get to watch a little bit of this play out. I was wondering what was causing my CPU to lag so much. Okay, we're in our last year here, just sort of observing the whole madness that's going on here. It looks like the Poland side might lose just because Volgas and Lithuania are double teaming Poland, who's going to leave pretty quickly, I think. But it would be interesting to see France expand a lot here. Looks like they have invaded a little bit, so I'm sort of wondering, I want to see what's going to happen here. Oh hey, there's something I can do, finally. I can fight like full of rebels. Wow, wasn't that thrilling? Anyway, we're coming up to the end here of Bavaria. But that's it for Bavaria, and actually the end of today's episode as we played our second nation here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy what we got done on Ueski, and no matter how little it was, what we did on Bavaria. For now, this is Quarbit signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day. I'd like to take a second to thank all of the patrons we have for the month of February, starting with those we have in the General tier: Quiet Guy, Brendan Arsenault, Ben Greenhagen, Torvalved, and Dire Avenger. Those we have in the Prince tier: Snow Raven and Rockbox 2020. Those we have in the King tier: Chewy Shoot and Natsuki. In the Elector tier we have TFLJ Martis. And in the Conqueror of Worlds tier we have The Watcher. It really does mean a lot to me, so thank you guys so much for choosing to financially support the channel. Really, I just can't thank you guys enough.